More than 500 years ago, northern India was a land of great wealth, powerful kingdoms, and endless rivalries. Rich cities, busy trade routes, magnificent palaces, and fertile lands made the region one of the most desirable places on earth. Yet beneath the prosperity, political divisions were growing. At the center of this story stood a young prince named Zahir-ud-Din Muhammad Babur. Babur was born in 1483 in the city of Andijan in Central Asia. He was a descendant of the famous conquerors Timur and Genghis Khan. Although he belonged to a royal family, his early life was filled with hardship, betrayal, and war. By the age of 12, Babur had inherited a small kingdom. Enemies surrounded him. He lost his throne more than once and spent years wandering with only a handful of loyal followers. Instead of surrendering, he developed into a skilled military commander, an ambitious ruler. A dream beyond the mountains. After years of struggle in Central Asia, Babur captured Kabul in present-day Afghanistan. From there, he looked eastward toward India. India was known for its immense wealth. Travelers described its rich farmland, prosperous cities, and thriving markets. At the same time, the ruling power in northern India, the Delhi Sultanate, was weakening. The Sultan of Delhi was Ibrahim Lodi. Many nobles and governors had become dissatisfied with his rule. Several regional leaders secretly sought outside assistance against him. Some of these nobles invited Babur to intervene in India. For Babur, this presented an opportunity not only to gain territory, but to establish a lasting empire. Crossing into India. In 1525, Babur gathered an army of approximately 12,000 soldiers. Though his forces were relatively small, they were highly disciplined and equipped with advanced military technology. One of Babur's greatest advantages was his use of gunpowder weapons and field artillery. Cannons and matchlock firearms were still relatively new on Indian battlefields. His army crossed the mountains and marched toward northern India. Ahead of him stood Ibrahim Lodi with an army many times larger. Some estimates suggest the Sultan commanded over 50,000 soldiers and hundreds of war elephants. The fate of northern India would be decided on a single battlefield. The First Battle of Panipat. On April 21, 1526, the two armies met at the town of Panipat. Babur carefully positioned his cannons behind defensive barriers and arranged his troops using tactics learned from Central Asian warfare. When Ibrahim Lodi's forces advanced, Babur's artillery created confusion and fear among the war elephants and infantry. The disciplined Mughal troops attacked from multiple directions. By the end of the battle, Ibrahim Lodi had been killed. The victory was astonishing. A smaller army had defeated one of the largest forces in northern India. This battle became known as the First Battle of Panipat and marked the beginning of the Mughal Empire in India. Why did the Mughal Empire begin? Several important factors led to the rise of the Mughal Empire. 1. Political division. Northern India was politically fragmented. Many regional leaders opposed the Delhi Sultan. 2. Babur's leadership. Babur was an experienced commander who had spent much of his life fighting wars and overcoming setbacks. 3. Military technology. The effective use of cannons and gunpowder weapons gave Babur a major advantage. 4. Invitations from Indian nobles. Certain nobles and governors invited Babur to intervene against Ibrahim Lodi. 5. Economic opportunity. India's wealth and resources made it attractive for an ambitious ruler seeking a permanent empire. Building a new empire. After his victory, Babur entered Delhi and Agra. He did not view India merely as a place to raid and leave. Instead, he intended to establish a permanent kingdom. Although Babur ruled for only 4 years after his conquest, he laid the foundations of an empire that would last for more than 3 centuries. His son, Humayun, inherited the throne, although he faced many challenges. Later, Babur's grandson, Akbar, expanded and strengthened the empire, turning it into one of the world's most powerful states. A legacy that endured. The Mughal Empire would eventually produce magnificent architecture, flourishing arts, and administrative systems that influenced South Asia for centuries. Among its most famous monuments is the Taj Mahal, built generations later during the Mughal period. The empire shaped the culture, architecture, cuisine, language, and politics of the Indian subcontinent. Conclusion. The Mughal Empire began in India because a determined Central Asian ruler named Babur saw an opportunity in a divided land. Through military skill, political alliances, and advanced warfare techniques, he defeated Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat in 1526. What started as one man's quest for survival and power became one of the greatest empires in world history, leaving a legacy that continues to influence South Asia today.